Hey guys, sorry for the awkward silence there. Just have to let these guys know real quick that they can begin. This is the final match for CALLOUS Invitational play-ins. After this match, we are going to know the final 32-man roster. Very excited about this. It is Baddummy, also known as I'm Rick Astley, but more commonly known as Baddummy. And Charm Flash is going to be on the top. That is Meowdo. It's game one in the best of three. And like I said, this is a live narration, spur of the moment, and it is going to be the winner here advancing directly into the main event. Really, really cool. Charm Flash is on the top. He's got a Venusaur. It's a lead Swampert from Baddummy on the bottom. Sleep Powder protected against. Probably just goes Sleep Powder again here. Swampert just can't stay in, right? I mean, not only is the Sleep Powder bad, but like, what if Venusaur just goes like HP Grass and just kills him? So I think it's going to be a Switch and a Sleep Powder, respectively. It is possible that Charm Flash goes for something other than Sleep Powder, because he might not want to randomly hit like a Magneton or something stupid with it. Maybe he just goes Leech Seed, but I think it's just a Switch and a Sleep Powder. But no, Charm Flash does play around not wanting to sleep the, air quotes, wrong thing. And he's going to Leech Seed a Skarm. In hindsight, that's actually a good thing to Sleep Powder, but it's not going to matter because he's going to outspeed the Skarm and get the Sleep Powder off on the next turn anyway. Connects through the 75% accuracy. So now Skarm taking a nap. Spikes did not get down. Leech Seed is on it as well. Not that Venusaur can really pressure Skarm. I mean, in theory, it could have like Hidden Power Fire, something like that, but that's pretty much all it could have. I really can't imagine what Venusaur could do that Skarm would really care about. Now, granted, Venusaur is walled pretty hard by Magneton, so that could come in here. That's something for Baddummy to think about, but at the same time, that's a really uncommon pairing. Stranger things have happened, but typically Magneton is not on Venusaur teams. Venusaur is usually on Stallier teams. The traditional one had T-Tar and Fortress back in the day, but because Fortress has fallen so hard out of the metagame, I think there are other ways to go with Venusaur in the modern era. I have seen it paired with Moltres, I have seen it paired with Heracross, and it could just be like an updated version of the old stall team. Here is Moltres, and that's obviously going to prompt a switch. Oh, really weird. You guys can't see it because it's below the screen, but little graphics glitch there. So we got Skarmory come back, go Blissey, and then we got Blissey come back, go Blissey, all in the same turn. You're gonna see it coming up soon. It happened on turn 4, so if you just pay attention to the right side of the screen, we're gonna see that coming up soon. But I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Skarmory come back, go Blissey. That part's normal, but then in the same turn, Blissey come back, go Blissey. A little bit of a head scratcher, but as long as nothing with the game itself is off, doesn't compromise the integrity. So right now we're good. We have Moltres staring down Bliss. Moltres should be all but hard-walled here. I mean, unless it were some non-existent Moltres set that had like sub HP fighting or something. That's just not a thing. So Moltres not going to be able to do anything here. I mean, it could Will-O-Wisp if he thinks that's worth it. I can't imagine that it is. And unsurprisingly, he switches away. Swampert on Bliss now. Oh man, it's such a teaser. You guys can only see half of it. There we go. Check this out. I don't know what happened this turn. Skarmory, come back, go Blissey. Blissey, come back, go Blissey. Yeah. Anyhow, we got the Toxic off here. We don't know if the perk has refreshed or not. Very well could. Here comes Skarm, and here comes Meta respectively. Whether or not Meta can meaningfully damage the Skarm, yet to be determined. But probably a pretty safe bet that Charm Flash's team does not have Rapid Spin. Well, doesn't matter, because Baddummy doesn't have spikes. However, I don't know if that was the world's worst trade as far as Baddummy is concerned. Granted, Venusaur can now put something else to sleep, since the sleeping Pokemon is gone and there's no longer Sleep Claws blocking it, but I think what Charm Flash was really trying to do is blow up on the Swampert there. Instead, he gets the Skarm. It's not awful for Charm Flash either, because like I said, I feel very confident that he does not have a Rapid Spinner, given what he's shown so far. So I think the fact that Baddummy will not be able to get spikes down at any point is obviously a good thing for Charm Flash, but I don't know that the Scarm was his intended target. We end up with Tara on Venusaur. That's going to establish Sand for the first time. Neither player's team seems wildly weak to it, but there's still 2 unreveals on both sides. It is, again, Venusaur being faster here. A lot of the time they do have a pretty good speed investment to get in front of things like Scarm and like Tar, as we see here. And Sleep Powder does get off again through the 75% accuracy. T-Tar now switches out, and Venusaur goes Giga Drain. Note that it is Giga Drain as opposed to Hidden Power, which may mean, not necessarily, it could have like Sludge Bomb or something, but may mean that Venusaur has Hidden Power something else. Fire, Ice, whatever it may be. But he's just going to go Giga again. And it's going to be an Ice Beam Retaliation, which is a lot of damage, 48%. But Leech Seed mooching off Bliss is going to really mitigate a very large chunk of that. Venusaur is also getting a little bit back at a time with Giga Drains, but they're doing so little. And it is, in fact, Hidden Power, but we don't know Hidden Power what. Like I said, I think Fire or Ice are the 2 most likely candidates. I mean, it could be random, like Electric or something, but probably Fire or Ice. But against the Bliss, obviously, none of those are going to be super effective or resisted, so doesn't give us any information. They're going blow for blow here, neither one making any progress. Actually, Baddummy, believe it or not, might not seem it, has the advantage in this matchup because he has the ability to freeze or even better, crit, whereas there really isn't any BS that Venusaur could catch that would make any meaningful difference here. If he crits him with, Giga Drain or Hidden Power, who cares, right? Nothing happens, but if Charm Flash gets hit with an Ice Beam, Venusaur is going to be gone, if it's a crit, that is. Swampert comes down, and there is Soft Boiled. So yeah, I think Charm Flash is right to switch out of that. It's interesting that Swampert is the choice, but I think he's right to switch out of that because that was going nowhere. If anything, it was going to eventually just be a crit or a freeze, and Charm Flash would have fallen behind. So I think that was the right decision, identified that was not a good matchup, and Baddummy was going to win had that continued, and got away from it. Charm Flash is tempting the timer here. He's going to be down to 60 seconds. And very interesting here. Baddummy busting out a team I have not seen in a long time. The Double Steel Spiker Stall. That's old school. So that's got to make his last Pokemon Dugtrio, right? For Baddummy, clear as day. Because like the whole point of this team is you go to Scarm, you bait out the Magneton, you kill it with Dugtrio on the revenge kill, and then you now have a Fortress, and their presumed answer to Spikes, the Magneton, is gone. So Fortress now does its thing. And even if they are Magdoll, even if they have that second layer of protection against Spikes, Fortress very handily beats the Claydol one-on-one. It has HP Bug and can really hit it hard with that Stab super effective move. And there's really not a lot Claydol does back. Earthquake does very, very little, and I mean, it's a joke how little Psychic or Ice Beam does. Don't even need to talk about it. So this is a metagame call for Baddummy, trying to beat either a Magneton team, just straight up, like a physical offense Magneton team, or the ever-popular Magdoll teams that are just everywhere. And this is, in fact, so I recognize both of these teams. I know the Double Steel Spiker with Dougie on the bottom, and then I've seen this variant of the Venusaur team with both Heracross and Moltres before. I believe Eden's Embrace is the man who gets the credit for Charm Flash's team. He's the guy that I've seen pilot this team the most. I don't know if he actually built it or not. He very well may have. But he's the first person who comes to my mind when I think about this team. That Focus Punch did a lot of damage. Heracross has lefties too, so we could do something other than Focus Punch here for the finishing blow. And if he does that, and if the Fortress does die, then Charm Flash will have the lead. Right now we're at 5-5, one unrevealed to pop. I actually might let the Fortress die and then revenge kill with my Dugtrio. I don't know if Charm Flash knows that it's a Dugtrio. Obviously he knows now because we see it. But I think this is actually a good trade. You already got the spikes down. I don't know how important Fortress is. It's definitely not important as a spinner in this matchup. So I think trading the Fortress after it gets spikes down for a Pokemon as dangerous as Heracross is definitely a good trade for Baddummy. Like I said, I wonder if Charm Flash, that might have been like an inexperienced ADV thing. I wonder if Meowdo knew that the last Pokemon was Dugtrio. To me, it was clear as day. It just has to be. It's just a staple of the core strategy of what this team is trying to do. But that doesn't mean that Charm Flash knew that. And also, of note here, you guys can't see it below, but Charm Flash dips as low a moment ago, and now again to 20 seconds remaining on the clock. 15 now. How awkward would it be if in a live game, 10 seconds he's down to, how awkward would it be in a live game for the spot if I had to make a ruling on a timeout, which I think the ruling is he just loses. I mean, 10 seconds left. Wow, the timer really becoming a factor. I didn't think that would be a thing. He's certainly entitled to take his time and try to make the best decisions that he can, but can you imagine timing out in this game for the play-in? 10 seconds on his clock he has dipped down to a couple of different times. He is playing faster than he is probably comfortable playing. Going to go Leech Seed here on Swampert. Protected against. Here's Bliss. Here's Leech Seed again. Get some health back on the Venusaur. We've got ourselves a 4-4 situation. The Blissey looks tricky to break if you are Charm Flash here. The T-Tar can maybe do it, but Baddummy has both Swampert and Dugtrio in the back, and that is about as reasonable of T-Tar assurance, or insurance rather, as anyone can really hope to get. We're back to this matchup again, where the threat of a freeze or a crit is very real here, but Charm Flash doesn't seem to like any of his other options. Giga Drain here, he's going to be getting low on PP. He's used a good amount of them. He's used half of them. The timer again continues to tick down for Charm Flash. 15, 10. And he just goes Giga Drain here. I don't know, maybe he's got some nerves, or maybe this is his unfamiliarity with ADV shining through, but it doesn't feel like he knows what to do here. It feels like in this late game, he's just kind of clicking now. I don't know what rattled him, if the timer caught him off guard, or if he's never seen a team like this before from Baddummy, or if it's just nerves, or I don't know, none of the above. Maybe he is cool as a cucumber right now on the other side of the computer screen. Maybe he is totally composed and is 100% aware of the timer and just kind of milking it and taking every second, but is not nervous at all. But it kind of seems that the late game for him has kind of devolved into just kind of clicking, and he doesn't really know what to do. It doesn't feel like he is making progress right now toward victory, and that might be hard to do. I mean, it looks to me, regardless of the timer, because I have a hard time believing that Charm Flash is going to time out. I think that's really unlikely. He might dip low. He's already dipped to 10 seconds multiple times, but I have a hard time thinking that he's going to actually time out. But regardless of the timer, I think Baddummy is going to win here. I don't think this game is over. I don't think there is zero chance that Charm Flash wins, but it looks pretty good to me for Baddummy. Eventually, Baddummy is going to be able to set up a situation where he gets the Dugtrio in when the Venusaur or the T-Tar comes in, kill one of those things, and pretty much seal it. And in the meantime, the Blissey is just a huge prick. I mean, Will-O-Wisp is annoying, but Venusaur is not going to beat the Bliss. Moltres not going to beat the Bliss. Swampert, 58% and poisoned with the spike down. And yeah, T-Tar's not in great shape either. Let me check on Swampert from Baddummy, 56%. So yeah, I mean, T-Tar could like crit it on the way in or something. Crit Earthquake here or something, for example, would kind of change it. It wouldn't have even killed, but it would have done a lot. Swampert down to 39% now. Does T-Tar have something he can do to close the deal here? I mean, even if he does, you have to keep in mind that the Dugtrio Revenge Kill is going to come down immediately after, so it's not as if the T-Tar can sweep right now, even if he were a DD set, or even if he had a move that would insta-kill Swampert here. Like if he's DD-HP Grass or something, for example. What have we seen? Just Earthquake? Yeah, he's Earthquaked 3 times, and he has lefties. That's all we know. But yeah, even if you were those things, like DDHP Grass, Dugtrio would just come down immediately and get the revenge kill. Swampert goes Surf here. Venusaur comes in on it. There's Protect on a Leech Seed turn. Both of these pokes low, but Venusaur obviously can rock his world with Giga Drain here. Obvious Blissey switch, and there is the Leech Seed. The Bliss just continues to be a problem. On paper, it shouldn't be for Charm Flash's team. On paper, both the Metagross and the Heracross really pressure it. Charm Flash's team, in theory, can get the Heracross in fairly reliably when the Blissey comes in and just gain a lot of tempo from that and do a lot of damage that way, but with both the Metagross and the Heracross down with the way that this game's actually played out, when he doesn't have spikes, all of a sudden, Blissey's just a real pain. Venusaur and Moltres are both definitely not beating it. Swampert, it depends on its health, the sets, blah, blah, blah. In the current state, I think it's going to be hard. Here's an opportunity. We still don't know what the T-Tower does, but he's going to have to make something happen here, whether it's a crit or a great prediction or something. So he's going to DD up. He's going to choose now to go for it. If he gets a second Dragon Dance off, he's got a chance in this game. A very good one, actually. So this is Charm Flash taking advantage of the one and maybe only window that he's going to have. The play from his end is a second DD, survive the surf, which he does, and that might be the ball game right there. Charm Flash may have just won, and it doesn't feel like he was supposed to win this game. Baddummy did not bring Dugtrio in immediately on the T-Tower, which I get it, you're scared of Earthquake or whatever. Whoa! No! What? He Dragon Dances again! I don't understand that. Why did he Dragon Dance a third time? What just happened? What just happened? Oh, I'm going to have to ask the guys about that. Game 1, I guess, goes to Baddummy. What just happened? He Dragon Dances a third time. Is that a misclick? Hold it up. I will let you guys know, but I am going to have to step in and talk to the guys about that. We have got some drama here in the play-ins. Stay tuned.